All right, so once again, I'm live a little earlier than usual. We are doing a very important live today where we'll be discussing the changes coming up in the AdMath syllabus. Now, I'm getting messages from teachers and students about this, and this reminds me a lot about 2018. One of the very first videos I did on my channel, bring us syllabus maths 2018, was this video. So this is me 3 years ago. Who it is be paying ads on these videos by. Yeah, and in this video, I talked about the changes coming to the math syllabus 2018. And when I made this video, I got a lot of pushback in that people they didn't believe that these changes were coming because CXC didn't really post it up anyway, and we just got this new syllabus, and I just spotted it on the website, and I talked about it, and you can see how much views this got, and people were up in arms about this video. This was one of the first videos I did on the website, so it's very interesting, and it did happen. The syllabus did change, and all the changes I spoke about here, and I went on to, this is when I now started YouTube. I went on to teach on this. It really helped the students prepare for the 2018 May-June exam. So it is not uncommon for CXC to have a new syllabus just silently sitting down there and still have the old syllabus in the stream, and students preparing with the old syllabus in mind, and boom, shut, exam hit, new syllabus. Because even this, I wasn't as big on YouTube yet, so there were lots of people who went into the exam unaware with the changes, and some of them were very vital in that they removed choices, so it wasn't like you could pick different topics. So somebody says, so you look really young there. All right, okay, that was 3 years ago. Actually gain a little weight. All right, so we're going to discuss what's going on with the additional mathematics syllabus. Now, this is the new syllabus that's that has been cycling around. This is the new syllabus that has been cycling around. The CXC Spice say also, you look so cute there. Okay. But we have some questions that based off of the syllabus. Is kinematics out? Is functions out? Do you still get choices? So I'll talk about all of that today, and then I'll talk about the chances of this syllabus actually being activated. Now, if you watch this line here, it says effective from May-June 2021. So this means this exam coming up here is supposed to be following this. But if you go on CXC's website and you attempt to buy this, this is on CXC's website here, cxc.org, site asset syllabuses. If you go on their website, you would see this syllabus still active. If you try to purchase the syllabus, they are going to sell you the old syllabus. Well, to be fair, you're not going to pay anything for it. You may just have to put in your information, and you're getting it for $0 right now. But still, they are giving you the old syllabus. So, the old syllabus is still up. But I told you this is not unusual for CXC. Sometimes the website says one thing. Even the timetable for this June exam was saying one thing, and everybody knew that it was going to be in June, but it was saying May for a while, and then they switched it to June. So let's discuss the new syllabus. Effective for examinations May-June 2021. Scrolling through, you can actually click on stuff and see the rationale. I can click here. I want to go to the organization of the syllabus one time. Immediately something becomes apparent. If you are a AdMath teacher, you're not seeing functions here. I am not seeing kinematics here. In the old syllabus, the old syllabus here, the scroll. You see algebra and functions and basic mathematical applications, which stood for probability, statistics, and kinematics, right? Section 4. and you pick one out of those questions, you're either going to end up with the statistics probability question or the kinematics question. And a lot of people used to gravitate towards the statistics question, but you're not seeing that here. You're just seeing probability and statistics. You see it in italic, so it's different. So people thinking that kinematics is out, but I am here to tell you that the opposite is actually true, and I'll show you. Functions looks like it's out as well, and that is true. When I went through the entire syllabus, no functions to be found, at least no functions in the sense of inverse functions and composite functions. So let's scroll. Going on, we see conceptual knowledge, algorithmic knowledge, and reasoning. Those are the 3 profiles that CXC uses in AdMaths. Those remain the same from before, but however, they are investing a lot more into algorithmic knowledge. What that means is equations, like the ability to manipulate mathematical expressions, procedures using appropriate symbols and language, logical deduction, and inferences. So manipulation. Conceptual knowledge is just recalling facts, recalling concepts, principles. Reasoning is using mathematical models to interpret a mathematical solution. They put in a lot more into the algorithmic knowledge. It used to be, okay, I'll come back to the format of the exams. Used to be that the total on that was like 42. What paper is this? Paper 2. Let's go to paper 2 now. The total on it is actually 54. That's a sizable increase. So this can tell you the style of questions will be a little different in the AdMaths. So we're going to take your time and go through this so you can come back to this video to see everything that you need to see. I would advise students to definitely watch this video. You can show your teacher. They could have a ponder on this. Sit down and just take this in. All right, so it used to be 666 in concepts. Now it's actually 444. 444 for all 4s, right? True. So it only comes up to 16 instead of 24. So this tells you how different the exam will be. Algebra and functions, we've seen that used to be there. Now it's just algebra, sequences, and series. All right, so let me scroll back up. If we look at the format of the examinations, in terms of time, it remains the same. We're going to see something really massive here. In terms of time, it remains the same. 1 hour and 30 minutes for the paper 1, 1 hour and 30 minutes for the paper 1, 2 hours and 40 minutes for the paper 2, 2 hours and 40 minutes for the paper 2. This is the old one, this is the new one, right? But look at the paper 1. Algebraic operations, quadratics, inequalities, functions. Algebraic operations, quadratic, inequalities, surds, indices, series. So no functions involved here, no composite and inverse and one-to-one and many-to-one. And those things, they just say, we already doing that in CSEC maths, so why put it in AdMaths? That's out. Okay, fair. That's a little tiny thing. Coordinate geometry, vectors, trigonometry, differentiation, integration, probability and statistics is here. So they want to put it that they can pull the whole syllabus into this. You know, there was no probability and statistics here. They want to put it that the whole probability and statistics, the whole of probability and statistics can be tested. The whole of the syllabus can be tested. And that's a new shift in CXC. Paper 1, we could hit here everything. We could bring the entire syllabus. It used to be in paper 1 in AdMaths, you would not see anything on kinematics, probability, statistics. Now it's saying otherwise. They plan to bring at least 5 items on probability and statistics. So that's a guarantee that you're going to get 5 new questions in your out of the 45. It's 45 questions in paper 1 for AdMaths. All right, so we'll be preparing some probability and statistics question class. Look out for this. Those of you all who in my AdMaths class will be definitely preparing for that. And this is the massive change here. This is the new syllabus I'm on. 2 questions in algebra, sequences, and series. 1 question in coordinate geometry, vectors, and trigs, which used to be 2. 2 questions in introductory calculus. So that should follow. That does indeed follow based on the sample, the mock exams, the specimen paper that is here. That does follow the differentiation, one question, integration, one question. And probability and statistics is one question. So what do you notice here? No choices. All compulsory. Every single question here is now compulsory. Used to be candidates will be required to answer one question from the last section where you could either choose data representation and probability or kinematics, which is just statistics and probability or kinematics. That's all they do. So you may be saying, fine, statistics is gone. It's not. It's not. When we see the specimen paper, you'll see. You may be saying kinematics is gone. It's not. When we see the specimen paper, you'll see. I'm going to pull up the specimen paper soon. And it's 20 marks in this question, 15 each year, but they make this one big fat question, this section. And then they make the probability and statistics another big sizable question. That's interesting. That's interesting. Which means probability and statistics gain a huge level of importance in this exam. So make sure you know your STEM, the full thing, leaf, or everything, probability tree. Make sure you can understand everything in statistics and probability. It's compulsory. Those of you all who physics students normally pick kinematics and non-physics students normally go for these statistics. Physics students definitely focus on your probability and statistics. Your grade depending on it. And obviously there's the paper tree. So that's the first big change. Note that when we scroll through and go through thoroughly the sections, we see that although they change up the wording and numbering, it's essentially the same thing. So algebra, sequences, and series, the only thing that's out is really the functions. You used to start off with some kind of baby thing with functions. You have your algebra, remainder theorem, factor theorem, quadratics, and then scrolling down, you see functions, and you have your range, domain, many-to-one, one-to-one, plot, graph, blah, 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 blah. This section here is just out. This entire section here just get vanquished. That's out. Yes, I'll post the live when I'm finished. But other than that, everything is in. Remainder theorem, factor theorem, completing the squares still there, graphs of quadratics, discriminant, roots, alpha, beta, not gamma, just alpha and beta for admaths. Inequalities, then you're going into your surds, logs, everything, all the logs, laws of logarithm, everything there, linear reduction there as well with logs, which is basically you're just going from this exponent form into the linear form. Series and sequences, same thing, everything there, GP, AP, and then we go into coordinate geometry, vectors. And coordinate geometry remains the same in that we have straight lines, interception, and equation of the circle. You know, this seems to be the pride and joy for some examiner in CSEC. So this coming, that circle thing coming. Tangents, vectors, the usual vectors in scalar dot product, unit vectors, equality of vectors, everything is there. No main change, but trigonometry is out. Trigonometry is completely out of the I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Trigonometry is here in all its glory, from defining radians, inequalities, compound angle, double angle formula, everything is there. And then we go into introductory calculus. This is where I wanted to come up to, because you're going to see something interesting here. This very first point didn't really used to be here like this. Use the concept of the derivative x is equal to c as the gradient of the tangent to the graph x is equal to c. Yes, this is kind of there, but you see these words? Those words were not there. Displacement time graph, velocity time graph. Where is this from? Where is this from? This is from kinematics. So what is happening is that they are taking kinematics and sneaking it into differentiation. And we'll see it sneak into integration as well. Derivative, limit, blah, 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 blah. Your usual derivatives, trigs, product rule, quotient rule. It's there, sums, second derivative, tangents, real world application. Boom. This is kinematics. Kinematics, rates of change of displacement and velocity. So yes, you have the rate of change and the chain rule, but you're also going to get the kinematics coming into play with the rate of change. So like they use this rate of change to sneak in kinematics right here. Now this can be found online if you just search for it. However, you would generally bounce up to this one, which is the old syllabus that was being used for the last decade almost, from May, June 2012. If you go on CXC's website, even CXC's official website, they still have the old syllabus. Only in certain places they're seeing the new syllabus. It's real weird. So they're setting up students. Either we getting set up with the new or we getting set up with the old. And I think if I have to bet on it based on history repeating itself. In fact, as I said, I started my channel based off of the same thing, in that the math syllabus was changing in 2018 and nobody knew. And I did a video on it. Look, it's this video here, 2018, 19th of January 2018. And back then, I had some quarrels with teachers saying this is not going to happen, and it did happen. So it looks like this is a similar history repeating itself thing. You're going to get problems with second derivative. All these we are accustomed to maximum, minimum, this velocity time graph. So kinematics is not out. Kinematics is inside differentiation and integration now. So it's not like they take all the topic, it's like they take the topic and squeeze it in these. They decided instead of having it separately, we will structure it so that we can put it in the differentiation question and put it in the integration question. Because if I look at integration, I'll see all the usual stuff. My rules of integration, sum product, integration of polynomials, blah, 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 definite integrals. And at the underneath here, variable motion of a particle, and that's the ending of kinematics. That's where you have SV, x dot, x double dot, those first derivative, second derivative, distance, dv dt, same thing. So it's there. Kinematics is there. Look, the whole of kinematics is there. The whole of kinematics is there in differentiation. So I want to finish off by just going to page 93, which shows the question. This is a sample paper. If you go to 93 and the new syllabus, let's just watch I will do this paper live. I may do it in my class, my premium class first, but sooner or later I'll coming down to the exam. I'll be doing this paper online on YouTube. But I'll do it in my private class pretty soon. You see the usual style. Functions is out, logs, blah, blah, blah. This is the usual style. And here we have the circles. You see, we love circles, tangents, position vectors, surds, and then introductory calculus. Introductory calculus. We see differentiator product. We see, if you want to register to the classes, this is the number to my classes. We see stationary point. This is just the stationary point question. That's going for a nice 6 marks. And then when we scroll down, we get bang, slam with a velocity time graph. And we need to answer questions based on that. Calculate the acceleration. It's in the differentiation section. And if we scroll into the integrations question, we see, right, nice. We have integral, this polynomial here, integral of a quotient, what you're going to do about this. And then, no, this is the area bounded under a graph. But if you scroll to part C, particle motion, it's there. And it goes for a nice 4 marks. So that's a sample paper, and on the statistics is just a whole heap of statistics and probability. I find this real excessive. Like they make add maths probability and statistics, which is like I guess they decide that this is just really important. 20 out of 100 of the marks coming from this section. All right, so there's that. I promised you all that I was going to do an analysis on this. So there it is. You can always use this video for reference. Come back and check out this stuff, the important stuff. I went through nearly every line of this syllabus. I don't think I left out anything really important. You could go through it yourself to see, and check out the specimen paper, check out the multiple choice to see the style of probability questions that can arise. Hint, CXE has been known to even repeat questions from certain papers, man. So when you check out the multiple choice question, I'm trying to find it, you can see different techniques, the idea of how questions will be done for probability and statistics, you see. So you can be down yourself in that from 41 to 45. All right, people. So love and blessings. I may come on again for the day because I feel like I didn't really do anything here. But I mean, this was very critical. But I may come on again if I catch the energy. To all who are watching, you can feel free to follow me on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm about to post up a lot of the videos that I'm doing daily. I am online daily from like around 11 o'clock. I just on early today. So till we meet again. For the end broadcast here, boy.